Today we're talking Batman on the CanGeek YouTube channel. Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Scott here from CanGeek Games and Collectibles, welcoming you as always to the CanGeek YouTube channel. And as I said previously, today we're talking about one of my favorite DC superheroes. Today we're talking about the Dark Knight, Batman. But before we begin that, I just want to show everyone something. This Sunday, CanGeek Games and Collectibles will be vending at the Pop Culture Con, which is taking place in Bowmanville, Ontario. And as part of that event, we've gone out and we've got some new inventory. Specifically, we went out and we've got some 12-inch Justice League action figures. I want to show you a few of them now because they're actually going to help me segue into today's topic. So, firstly, we've got Green Lantern and Hawkman. We've also got the Steel Suit Superman and the Stealth Shot Batman. And then, of course, we're going to have a variety of DC Multiverse characters available at our table too, including the Jim Gordon Batman and the Justice League Batman, based on Ben Affleck's character in both Batman v Superman and Justice League. So as you can see, we're going to have a variety of different DC characters and more specifically a variety of different Batman characters at this upcoming show to choose from. And it is actually the different Batmans that I want to talk about today. And I'm hoping that you folks can help me with a little dilemma I'm having. So a few weeks ago, I penned a blog, which I'll leave a link to in the description, where I ranked in order from worst to first my choices for actors who have played Batman in live action films. Okay? And I didn't really have a difficult time placing any of these actors save for one. And ironically, it's an actor that I generally don't like. And that actor was Ben Affleck. I'm going to say right now that the only time that I've really enjoyed Affleck as an actor is when he has been working with Kevin Smith. So Ben Affleck in Mallrats and Ben Affleck in Dogma. Beyond that, watching Ben Affleck in a movie doesn't do a hell of a lot for me. He kind of ruined his chances with me personally as a fan with Daredevil. And that's a whole other subject for a whole other day. But having said that, I've had a conversation recently with someone. CanGeek was vending at a show a couple weeks ago in Coburg, Ontario. And we had a variety of, DC characters on our table at that point in time, along with all the board games and other stuff we sell. And someone came along and they were looking at one of the variants of Batman that we have. And they made a comment about Ben Affleck as Batman. And it kind of stuck in my head, to be honest with you, because they couldn't stomach him as Batman. They felt he did a horrid job in the role. And that's their opinion, and they're entitled to it. My opinion, however, is I'm not so sure that what we got in terms of him portraying Bruce Wayne can be blamed so much on him as it can be blamed on the people that were sitting on the other side of the camera. So we're talking the writers, the directors, and the producers. Okay? Let's be very upfront about a couple things. Justice League was not a great film. It was a formula film at best. You know, A plus B equals C. You presented the heroes of the film with a challenge and a villain to overcome. They followed the steps along the path that they had to follow to beat the villain. Everything was said and done. Superman comes back to life, yada, yada, yada. It was a formula film. Batman v Superman was not a great film. You know, it just wasn't. Let's be honest here. And Suicide Squad, for the small little cameo role that, you know, Affleck had in that film, was not a great movie. And proof of that is Will Smith recently bailed out on reprising the role of Deadshot for a Suicide Squad sequel. So when you've got big name Hollywood actors bailing out on franchise movies after one or two outings, it generally implies that they see the writing on the wall. And the writing on the wall here is that the DC Extended Universe has not done a great job of competing with Disney and Marvel in an industry that Disney and Marvel pretty much now own. You know, I like to attribute this to showing up 90 minutes late for a party on a Friday night and wondering why the bar has no alcohol left. It's because the people who got there early drank it all, and in this case, the people that got there early were Marvel. Warner Brothers is having a very difficult time competing with Disney in this market now. So when we start looking at Ben Affleck as Batman, for example, can we really blame him for his portrayal, or do we need to look at what was going on behind the camera? Poor writing, poor directing, and crappy producing. Just some food for thought for a Friday afternoon. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with me. You know, obviously it's my opinion and that's all it is. But I'd love to hear what you have to say nonetheless. And if you happen to reside in around Bowmanville, Ontario, and you want to come out and, you know, dive into some fandom on Sunday, pop by and see CanGeek Games and Collectibles along with multiple other vendors at the Bowmanville Pop Culture Con. And if you're interested in learning more, you can find a link down below to our website, which will include the address for the venue that the event's taking place at. Anyways, until then, thanks for listening to me ramble as always. We'll chat again soon. Until then, ciao.